What's going on, YouTube, man? Today is Monday. It's been a long time. Got some new information for you guys. Some thoughts out there that I think you guys need to think about. I just want to get your opinion on it. Right now, I'm in Mississippi, and you guys can tell from the background, you see like a keyboard and stuff like that, picking it up. I'm not at my house. I'm at my cousin's house. It's kind of like a DJ slash producer or something like that. Picture of Jimmy and some tapestry or something in the back. But anyways, getting down to business. So I'm in the dirty South, is what they call it, the southern part of the United States. I'm in Mississippi now. And I had an interesting weekend, so I did my analyzing when it came to finance. It was kind of interesting. So I went to this tailgate, and the tailgate was basically predominantly African American. Here you have African American schools, which I don't know why that still exists, because if there were all white schools, then there would be a uproar. But that's another story right there anyway. But anyways, this is an all African American school, and so I get there, and it's a tailgate. So I'm selling a product, and there's people there. Now, here's the funny thing about what I've learned about selling to African Americans, because I sell to all different nationalities, and I'm telling you now, every nationality has their own culture when it comes to buying. Now, I'm going to give you what I've noticed from about 7 years of selling to African Americans. For those of you who know my show, whatever, my wife is Caucasian. Okay. Now, at this game, I was selling my product for 1 for $7, 2 for $10. Non-expensive product, right? And once I get in this crowd, I always mentally prepare myself, and I knew they were going to try to bargain me down for price. So I tell people that price, give me a look, and they'll say something like, "Can I get it for $5?" And I'm like, "No, the price is what it stands." And a lot of people will walk away. But here is where it gets a little hairy. If my wife was standing behind the table, and we were at an African American show, and they asked her, "What is the price?" she would say $10. A higher price than what I would say. And they would say, "Okay." And a lot of them would buy the product. So then I asked myself for so long, what's the difference in me standing in front of the table and her standing in front of the table? Why is it that when it comes to my wife, they will pay an even higher price? And from further investigation, I found out that basically what it is they don't want to seem like they don't have money in front of the so-called white lady. They want to, in front of me, they want to pretend like, "Hey, you're my brother, so you need to go ahead and give me a better price." Okay? That's that. So, we did that part, so I said, okay, these people want to... This is why the Chinese are so successful also in African American communities, because the Chinese sell a non-expensive product. And they treat this like crack. They just go crazy over non-expensive products. Now, that's one extreme side. Now, let me take you to something else I've seen. So, while I'm down here, I'm looking at all these cars. Guys, you have cars here that have rims, 20-inch rims, spinning. Rim costs thousands of dollars. I've seen DVDs on visors, all 4 visors, and I've seen DVDs on all 4 headrests. I even saw a visor that was just a complete digital screen. And, I see these people, and they stand in front of their cars, and they pose up, and they just watch people walk by. They want people to notice them. And I just look at all the clothes that they wear. I actually went to the mall for the first time here, and I was, I usually don't shop at the mall. I'll go to non-expensive stores. It was ridiculous. Shirts and everything, and these people in there buying in groves. But, of course, I see a lot of credit card spending. So then I asked myself again, here we go again with this shallow way of thinking. People are buying goods, buying things in order to impress themselves in front of others. That is a very expensive habit to have, and that's a dangerous thing to have. Because later on that night, my cousin, they went to a nightclub, and he said, "Meet me there." So I get there. This place used to be a super Walmart. I get there. The whole parking lot is full. It's like maybe 8,000 cars here, right? Just guessing. I get there, and I said, okay, I don't know anything about cover or anything. So they have 2 lines. One line that's not moving at all, and it has over like 300 people in it. Another line is moving slightly. So I said, okay, well, my cousin's in there. He's been there for a long time. Let me walk in here and let me do this. So I asked the lady, I said, oh, how much is this line? She said $50. And I look at the club. I'm like, it's not that fancy of a club. And I'm like, I'm about to pay $50 to get in here? So I calmed down a little bit, and then I proceeded in. I said, okay, well, my cousin's in there, I'm going to do it for him. So I walked in. There was a couple in front of me that paid $100 to get in. Now, keep in mind, these are young people. These are not like older people. So I'm figuring, how are these people doing this? And I hear people talking about, in the line, I heard a one lady have a conversation. She said, I only have $70, so this $50 that I spend, I'm only going to have a $20 left to buy something once I get in. And I'm thinking to myself, well, why is this lady going in? And here's the conclusion to this. I see all of this fancy buying. I see all these fancy cars, these fancy things, and the first question that comes to my mind is, what are these people saving? I haven't had a study where I can study all African Americans, and it's not just them. There's also a lot of other races that are buying a lot of things that really they can't afford, but just for other people. Because one thing I didn't tell you also, when I was coming out of my car in order to enter the club, I drive a minivan because I just put my product in there and I walk out. I had people laughing at me getting out of the car. And I was like, wow. I don't respond to it. I just keep it all to myself. I have a car that's paid for. A lot of these cars here are financed. Who's in a better position? So this is some food for thought. Just a story that actually happened to me, and I'm tying in with finance. And I want to hear you guys' thoughts. I want to get a debate going. Just something to think about. I need to get off because I know it's going to be past 10 minutes. So just give me your thoughts on this, and let me see where we're going with this. All right. Until next time.